Well, it turned out to be a sunny day, kind of windy. A windy but sunny day, and it was, you know what? I was just happy it wasn't raining. Just happy it wasn't raining. So, Jason has gone away, so he wasn't here today. And Ava had a dance recital competition. Competition, wasn't it? I don't know. Had a dance something. So Amy was only here till 9:30. So it made for a kind of a fragmented day. So we just went with smaller sets. We had 8 sets today of 4 or 5. A little more condensed. So I guess I'll start. I just watched Patrick the Piranha race. Much of what I thought would happen. Get away 6th, end up 5th. I know, it looked like if Chris had kept going out of the gate, he drops in the 3-hole and he's an easy 3rd. If he comes first over and Hunter doesn't come out in his face, he's an easy 3rd. But that's racing. I thought the horse raced well, being off 2 weeks, getting away 6th. He needs have the 2 or 3 hole and have a 7 or 8 horse field. That would be Patrick the Piranha's ideal situation right now. Short fields, middle towards the outside of the gate, not cool. Not really what we're looking for. So it is what it is. He ended up 5th. I guess it's par for the course for the week. We've kind of had a ho-hum week at the Meadows anyway, for the most part, and that will happen. But nothing we can't fix and work on. Now, Tim had messaged me today. Insider Trading's feet a little bit sore. So a little bit sore on her feet, but nothing we can't work on. I was a little bit hesitant to go back to the flip-flops, so we ended up going to a bar shoe, now what I call the pin bar. We've talked about this a million times. Shoe with the bar right through the middle. Carter Michael Dio wore it. Irish Ray wears them right now. We wear them from time to time, especially when we're starting a stake season where we're going to travel to different tracks, and we know that the flip-flops aren't always great at the Poconos or Philadelphia for 2 very different reasons. And I just thought if we could get her comfortable in a pair of shoes like this, made a minor adjustment behind, that this would be the proper way to go. That was my feeling, so that's what we did. But I was really happy to hear from Tim today and him. As I said, we talked about her feet and what our thoughts were going forward. So Insider Trading looks like she's on the right track. Patrick the Piranha will be looking for him next week. Chris can drive him again next week. I'm not going to be here next Saturday. He can also drive Greatest Ending if he gets back in. I hope he's in. He didn't get in. The class didn't go.
That's where I went golfing back there.
Yeah, it is so. Greatest Ending didn't get in this week, so we do need to keep him on a regular schedule. So hopefully he gets in this week at the Meadows, and then Time Is on My Side will also race on Saturday, and we may as well drive him too. A pretty easy horse to drive, and we really just want to get first starts next week back from a long layoff. He'll be qualifying slow on Tuesday, so we're asking him to have to come back 4 days because they changed the qualifying dates. So that's what we'll do for him. Now, today, aside from Patrick's race, I believe it's the last one of the day. No, it's not. Renegade Gypsy is in tonight. We have one other horse in tonight also. Oh, idiot. I'm driving her. I'm fancy-like. I think both of those horses have shots, I guess. So, what looks to be a week of okay racing is coming to an end. We did have some highlights. We did have some peaks and valleys. But overall, I would say a little bit below expectation. We'll try and make up for that next week. So today, we had the babies today. As I said, smaller sets. Amy wasn't there. Jason wasn't there for the most part. So it was just continuation of Tuesday. We went around 220. We went back in 220 today with most everybody. I would say 218 to 223 encompassed the entire group today. It gave me a real good look at how everybody took their work on Tuesday. It gave me a real good look on who maybe needs to back off a little bit. Maybe 20, back 20. Some of the horses, if they're struggling a little bit more of those similar miles, maybe even back them up a bit, 23, 25, which may not seem like a lot to you, but it is. You're talking about 15 to 25 lengths difference. So it is quite a bit different. So the horses that I found a little bit lethargic today, we can back them up to 222 to 225, whereas the horses that took their work well today, and it was most everybody did, we'll either hang out right around 220 again for another week or two, or continue to drop down a little bit. But that won't happen on Tuesday. The reason I say Tuesday is because it looks like rain is coming on Wednesday. Now, if the forecast changes, we will also change our plans to suit our training. But you can be sure of one thing: Tuesday they're all going around 245. Back them way up on Tuesday, and then we will come forward again on Friday. It looks like there's a chance of rain, but it could also be a decent day. We have to leave Friday afternoon. Who did I race on Friday? Freddie and Vaquero. So probably going to miss Vaquero next week because we're all going back to Ontario next weekend. So Friday morning we'll be training. What's that?
That's where the code is.
Okay. Friday morning we'll be training here, hopefully at Northfield Park. The weather changes so quickly and it's been so damp. I will offer a little food for thought that there may be days that are canceled or days that are moved, just because the weather does change so much here. So a little preface, as they say. With all these statements, with all these training days and all these times, they are all subject to the weather. It goes without saying. So the plan is Tuesday, Friday next week. Tuesday, because it is Saturday today, coming back on short notice. Going to back everybody way up for Tuesday, a very light workout day. And then, again, probably go 17 or 18 on 17 or 18 with most of them. Some of them will be backed up. Now, I will be able to make the set lists. You are starting to see a little bit of separation now. And that is, I need everybody to understand, I'm always very skittish to offer, we're going to back this horse up, or, this horse seemed like he was struggling to take, because people take that. You guys take that sometimes as that horse is inferior to the other horses, when it is not the case at all. I mean, you got to understand, all these horses, it's very, very different in each case, right? Whether it be their personalities or their workload or their physique, totally different, a lot of these horses. So some of the horses that are of a medium build and got a slick gait, they appear that they can go as fast as you want whenever you want, right? So you won't have any problem getting them trained down to qualifiers. But where is their ceiling? Do they have a ceiling? I don't know. We'll find out. But some of the other bigger, stronger horses, might be struggling a little bit to turn that corner at that 218 to 215 mark at this time of year. So you got to be aware of that. Back them up a little bit. Make sure they're comfortable and confident as they start to train. And then you have other horses that were sick or got a little sore, had splints or curbs crowd, right? Missed a week or two. It's all big ask them. Just ask them to come forward. So again, I have to take a look at everybody in the barn, and all our set lists from here on out, for the most part, will be per how they are right now. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. So I will talk about the horses that really caught my eye today. Dancing by myself made a break on me today, but I'm not concerned about it. I know exactly what he's doing. Just brushing his left shin up high under his jack. So we got to put a higher set of boots on him, maybe some vet wrap underneath. I'm going to take the bell boots back off him, and I am going to put the hobbles back on him, because the transition in and out of the turns is where he's having a little problem, and I don't want his confidence to start waning too much. So we're just going to slide a pair of hobbles on him, take the bell boots off him, put some vet wrap on a higher full hock trotting boot, and I think he'll be fine. She sits at the bar. Arrowhead, Hanover, and Memento Mori were all good. Memento Mori ended up on the front. He was first over, and I made a break on the front with Dancing by Myself, and he took over the lead and really just won handily in the set. Now he's back a little piece, but I got a good look at him. All three of the horses finished up together and looked great. She sits at the bar, was charging at the wire, and it's important. And I told Amy, she felt the other day that she was a little drawn out, and I said, honey, you gotta remember, these horses are going faster than they ever have. You might see a stake race in 56, but it took a lot of miles in 220 and below to get her or him to that mile in 56. This is all part of the process. You're going to go there next time, and you're going to see quite a difference. And she saw exactly what I was talking about today. Much different today. She was strong finishing up. Memento Mori super strong again, and I was super happy to see Arrowhead Hanover look great. Now, second set, we scratched Melisandre. We had the vet go over a ton of horses this week. We had some x-rays drawn also, just precautionary. This is the time of year where maybe you don't see the stop signs as easy, because the horses have that competitive nature now that we've been training them in sets, so something may get missed a little bit. I know that we went from nothing on Melisandre to a head pull and Murphy Blind on the left. Dr. Latessa had his x-ray machine out. I said, what do you think? He went all over me. He goes, well, she's a trotter. We should maybe check her knees. Checked her knees, a little bit of what they call remodeling. So nothing major, but you can see where there was changes in her knees. Of course, she's growing, but that's not a bad thing. He looked at them and said, yeah, I mean, is she on the line bad? And I said, no, she just started biting in a little bit. He said, maybe just don't train her Saturday. Fair enough. She jogged good today, so she was off. I went with Never Lose Felix. What a Lady, What a Night was also in there. And I think we put one other horse in there. It says Wander Hill was scratched, but I had a different horse in there. I can't think
That's
of.
that's for April 6th.
Yeah, it didn't upgrade. It didn't update yet. Good call, Ollie. I should update it right now. It doesn't matter. I'll be fine. Is this us? No, it's up here. So Never Lose Felix won the set. What a Lady, What a Night was second, and I know who was in the set. Daryl had him. He was on the front. He's a Great Guy was on the front, and all three of them were together, and Felix dropped into the pass lane and trotted right by the pair of them. He looked good. Now he made a break in the turn after. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he's been training great for the past week or 10 days, but I don't want to see any more of that after the wire breaking stuff from Felix. But it was so funny because I'd said to somebody, here we had the two international monies. Nobody wanted their shares all year long. They just sat there. Manhattan money's starting to come on now, and the shares, boom, disappeared. They're all gone, every one of them. And Felix's are sitting there in the same type of situation. Now, somebody had asked me, is Felix as good as Manhattan money? Not right now. But I can tell you, when I look at their trending, the way they were trending, you saw Manhattan money look okay, get a little bit better, and then boom, he took off. And it almost happened overnight, or it felt like it did, where I see a lot of that with Felix. He went from making a lot of breaks and being rude and being ignorant. No. Electronics off. That's the way it is. Because, and you know why. So I see that with Never Lose Felix happening right now. You get a little bit better. Hey, grow up. Stop being silly. To now, I say he's 2 to 3 weeks from that transition. 2 to 3 weeks from that transition of it happening. So Never Lose Felix a winner, but the other two were very good also. What a Lady, What a Night, and he's a Great Guy. Very happy with them. Especially Great made the break the other day. What a Lady, What a Night. I never really get a chance to look at her. She's really starting to transition and get stronger in the hind end. A little rolly, a little rocky in the turns. But as I said to Joey, two things. One, she's getting bigger and stronger. I'm not worried about it. And two, she's going to go race on a 7/8 or a mile track. Really not worried about it. So, happy with What a Lady, What a Night. So we know it was set 3, Grand Slam Dio, Cadeau, Freedom Hill, and Gymboree. All four of them were very, very good. Cadeau did make a skip in the last turn, but I think the wind was really starting to pick up, and I think it just hit us. And Cadeau's not really used to being on the front. He's used to following, but I didn't want to be on the front with Grand Slam Dio today. Freedom Hill could have been with Daryl, I suppose, and didn't, or Gymboree, but it ended up Cadeau was, and he ended up, the wind hit him. There was horses training. I don't want to make a lot of excuses for the horse, but it didn't seem to me mechanically there was any reason for him to make a break. He just rolled off, and he was fine afterwards. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We ended up going a mile and 2:19 in there anyway, and he was very good before and after the miscue in the last turn. Freedom Hill was awesome. I just picked her off of the wire, and Gymboree was on the inside of us. All three of us finished up very strong right across the track in there. Now, we went out with the fourth set. LT Troubadour, did I win that set? I don't think I did I? No, Leggy beat me. Joey won handily with Leggy. She looked really good. LT Troubadour was second. I can see what he's doing also. One, he's getting away with a lot of work on the track. That's not going to happen anymore. This week, that ends. 2, he's touching up under his jacks. A lot of trotters do this time of year. I don't see him running in or running out, wandering, maybe in a hair in the turns. Probably just go to a line pole on the left with him, and I might put the hobbles on him for a week or two. I'm not sure he needs them full-time, but I think he could use the training wheels, as I say sometimes. He could use the help. So we might go to that this week with him. He was very good. I know Allie's got grit. Jason said he ran up on top of me and made a break, I believe is what he said. And Mountaineer Prince rolled off. He said he was running in. Now, we went from a bit per outside to nothing inside, and now he's starting to run away from that. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. I don't think I can go with him this week, but we will add a line pole and Murphy blind on the inside of Mountaineer Prince also. with him. So 2 breakers in that set, but again, no real problems. No real problems. I can talk further. I'm going to talk further in your weekly videos about the 2-year-olds and where I see them, what they're able to do right now after going 2 trips around between 2019 and 24 this week with almost everybody, 26 with the Melisandre set the other day. What is everybody ready to do? Back off, come forward, are they happy where they're at? We'll talk about that in the 2-year-old video section this week. Set 5, Foxy Seaside came first over and dummied us. Westland Warrior I had in the front, so I had to trot her in with them, and Roser and Alexander was behind us. We all finished together. AJ didn't eat all his breakfast today and had a slight temperature, so he had the day off, but those 3 all finished together. Actually, that's not true. Foxy drove away by 3 lengths. A very, very good mile from her. I was happy with Westland Warrior again. And Roser and Alexander keeps getting stronger and stronger. I'm actually sitting outside Big D's. We're going to reworm some of the horses today. I'm going to run a power pack through what's called a Panicure power pack through maybe 4 or 5 or 6 horses, 2 or 3 3-year-olds, but Alexander's going to get one of those boxes also. Just helps them kind of spark back up, especially after the sickness, I find anyway. 6th set, I went out. All 4 of the horses in there were very good. I beat Manhattan Money at the wire again with Green Glitter. I cut it out in a windstorm, and he was coming to her at the wire, but held on. I Don't Play Nice In and Bluebird Tuxedo Hill were just off our flank, finishing 3rd and 4th. All 4 of us were right there. That mile went in 2:19. All 4 were very good. What?
It's 1:20.
I know. We're going to win. They're waiting at the front desk for us. 7th set, we went out in the track. 2 sets left. Aunt Lily was very, very good. Now, I talked about the wind earlier. Funny I say it. The wind hit a trot. She was on the front, rolling along on her own speed and rolled off stride. I don't really know why she did. I suspect she's one of those fillies where she's got to be on her toes. Maybe you let her just kind of coast into neutral and something jostles her. She sees something, touches herself, or in this case, the wind just blasts you in the face. And it was a strong wind. I think she has the ability to roll off once in a while. And it happens with a lot of trotters. So this is 2 horses that are kind of small. Wind hit them and they both made a break. Southwind Idex was pretty good. I ended up holding off Aunt Lily actually at the wire with Southwind Idex. The Priest was back in 3rd, and he's another horse getting one of these power packs also. He was back there in 3rd and trained well at Toronto, who was probably the 1 to 5 favorite in this set, made a break. So no big deal there. Then the last set went out on the track. And who won the set? I did not with I'm Ready To. Dancing in My Socks. We've been working really hard on him and with him this week. You guys know my take on him. He needed to do more. He worked very hard on Tuesday, come out today and was all business. Jogged, run off and won the set very, very easily. Very, very happy with the way he looked. Blue Ventura looked better again today. Gorgeous Package looked good today. Who else was there? Fire and Shine looked good today. Also, I forgot to mention Oh Hill No and High High Hopes. High Hopes made a break. I'm going to go with her this week. She tied up the other day.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he was on an earlier set. Oh Hill No was great today also. So, I was happy with the set today. Nobody fell into that, oh my God, High High Hopes maybe. Now she's made 2 or 3 breaks. There is a transition. She's either looking not to get around that corner, turn that corner, or she's trying her hardest too. I don't know. I haven't sat behind her. Today was not her fault. She tied up the other day and just couldn't function. So I'll start going with her this week. We're going to make a few little changes on her, and I'll start going with her this week. But everybody else, for the most part, was good. I was happy across the board with everybody. And as I said, I'll give you a little more descriptive, in-depth description as we talk about them in our 2-year-olds section today in the videos. But this is your video for today, Saturday. A 5th from Patrick. Renegade Gypsy's up tonight, and so is our girl I'm Fancy Like. But for now, we're all done. Got to pick up some Panicure at Big D's, and then Ollie and I are going to the movies. Take care.